So this one is a patterns question, right? They say a pattern of shapes is formed by shading squares, right? So we have a grid, and we're seeing that the patterns here also have grids, and these are dark because they shaded them in, right? So we are seeing that they have that pattern, all right? Each small square has an area of 1 square centimeter. So these are 1 cm square grids, right? Now, the first part of the question, continue the pattern by shading the 5th shape on the grid provided below. So we have the grid here, and they want us to create the 5th pattern. So first of all, we need to establish what kind of pattern this is. So let's see what we can come up with, right? So the first shape, how many squares do we have in the first shape?
Wait, I know what you're doing.
What are we doing? Tell me.
Multiplying each number.
Alright, so you tell me something then, right?
That's just 1.
This is just 1.
Wait.
Tell me here.
This is 2. And I have another 2, so that's 4.
Very good. Tell me about this one.
And I have 3. 3. That's 12.
Check it again. So just I'm gonna write something. I'm gonna write something and let me see if this helps you, right? So just like you say, we have 1 square by 1 square, right? 1. You tell me this one correct. 2 by 2, right? Because you realize you're only creating squares, right? And then you said this one is 3 and 3.
6,
so that is 9. There we go. 3 by 3 is 9. And what about this one?
14.
Check it back again. How many we have here? 1,
1, 2, 3,
4,
4,
and then 1, 2,
5, 6, 7, 8.
Count again.
16.
16 in total. See? And how do we get 16? 4 squares here and 4 squares here. So that's 4 by 4 because this is a square. So you notice the length and the width are the same, right? 1 by 1, 2 by 2, 3 by 3, 4 by 4. First one is 1 by 1, second one is 2 by 2, third one is 3 by 3, fourth one is 4 by 4. What do you think the fifth one will be?
45.
Why I say 45?
Because
okay, let me show you a pattern then. Alright, let me show you something. 1, how many squares we had? 1. 2, how many squares we had? 2 by 2. You see the relationship here? 3, how many were we counting on the length and the width? 3 by 3. The fourth one, how many we said we had? 4 by 4. So I want you to tell me what you think the fifth one going to be. If you could follow this pattern, 1 by 1, 2 by 2, 3 by 3, 4 by 4, what do you think is the next one?
5 by 5.
There you go. So how many we should shade?
5 by 5.
5 by 5, which is, so I'm just writing it underneath here, right? So 5 by 5, which is, what's 5 by 5?
10.
Try it back again. 5 by 5.
25.
25. So we need to shade a total, just now,
Of 25.
right, we're going to shade a total of 25. So our question, we're going to shade 25 where we shade 1 here, and we shade 1 here, and we shade 1 there, and we shade all over the place. Or how we shading it?
Count it.
We're counting it, right? But what I'm asking is, I could shade randomly, or I should shade in a particular way?
Randomly.
Randomly. Alright. So the important thing is that we have 25 squares, right? So I'm going to shade here, and here, and here, and here, and here. How much is 5? And then there, and then there, and then there. That correct?
No.
No. Why that not correct?
Because you shade randomly.
So you see why we're not shading randomly, right? So what shape should my shaded area form?
Typically.
Alright, so we're doing it specifically, right? But what I'm asking is this. What's the shape? What shape? The length and the width is the same. A four-sided figure where all sides have the same length.
Rectangle.
Rectangle have one side long and one side short, right? Well, two sides long, two sides short. But for the four-sided figures,
Square.
very good. That's what I wanted to hear. We need to form squares, right? So we're going to form a 5 by 5 square. So let's shade now so that we create a 5 by 5 square. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that means I'll just need to shade 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? And then 5 going across this way. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right? And now we're just going to fill up in here. Now, the only reason why it is not looking very square is because the images, when I kind of enhance them, they end up stretching a little bit, so it's looking more rectangular than square, right? But I want you to remember that if it has the same length and width, then that means both sides have the same length. And if it's a four-sided figure where all sides have the same length, just like I said, it's a square, right? So once we finish shading, I'm just going to do this fast now because I'm not in the mood to shade individual blocks anymore. The important thing is that we know we have 25 blocks shaded in here, right? So you'll get your mark for this. Now, here's the next part of the question. The next part says, calculate the area of the seventh shape when the pattern is continued. So, think about it now, right? We're on the fifth shape so far, right? We know we have 25 blocks inside the 5 by 5 square. So, what do you think would be the area of the 6 by 6 square? Right? Because 5 by 5 is 25, right? So, the area of this one is 25 cm squared. Right? So, like for all the other ones, this one is 1 cm squared because it's only one square block. This one is 4 cm squared because it's 4 square blocks. This one would be 9, and that other one would be 16, right? And we did the fifth one, which is 25. So, what would be the area for the sixth shape in the pattern? You can tell me the answer. If we had to create the sixth pattern, what would be the number of squares in the sixth pattern? No thoughts? You're leaving me to do the question by myself?
I don't know what the answer is. Yeah.
You don't know what the answer is? Alright. So, if the fifth pattern is 5 by 5, what do you think the sixth pattern will be?
6 by 6.
Right. But they ask us for the seventh shape. So, what would the seventh pattern be?
Wait, 7.
Say it.
49.
Right. You see how easy that was? The seventh shape would be 7 by 7, which is 49. So your area would be 49 square centimeters. And you're done. Yeah?